Hey guys, Savannah here. I can't tell. To me, this looks a little yellow. Maybe it's fixing itself. I did a little test before, but we'll see. I'm using my ring light today because my last video there was like a dark shadow, and I did not like that. My camera only has a little bit of battery, so we'll see. And it sucks too because I got a crap ton to show today. We'll see how it works all out. Yes, okay, so Savannah, Sewlivi or Sewlivi Dyes Yarn. Today for this video, it's going to be a knitting podcast. It's going to have very little bit of cross stitch in it. Woo woo, shocker. So just a little bit of floss tube, and then a shop update and a little bit of haul. So the shop update and the haul, I think I'm going to do the haul first, then the shop update. I think I'm going to save that one for last. So let's get into it. I don't have any time to spare, right? Okay, so it has been a while. Today is January 7th. It's been a little while since I last filmed my video, or at least to me it feels like that. Life has kind of gone back to normal-ish. Probably not at all. My kids are back in school, which is nice. They started on Tuesday. Back at school. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm happy, and they're happy, because I don't think we could have continued to do remote learning after having such a long Christmas break. It would have been a little rough. I think having them go back to school, even if it's going to be for a month, and then we have to go back to remote learning, will be better than going straight from the vacation. I don't think my kids personally would have been able to handle that, at least my son. So they are back at it. So I will start with Grubhub again this Friday because that was the soonest I could schedule myself, and so hopefully the next week I can do a full week. My car is still messed up. At least the headlight and the blinker actually work, even if the the plastic around the headlight and the fender is bent. At least it works, so that's good. We have not been able to find the person who hit my car. If you didn't know, before Christmas I was delivering for Grubhub and someone backed into my car and took off. I knew the apartment building, the area. I knew which parking spot they pulled out of because it was an apartment like complex with assigned parking. My husband and his coworker had been by several different times of the day. We even went one evening right after Christmas, and they're never there. So either they were just visiting and being rude and parking in somebody's parking spot, or I don't know. The last time we went, after Christmas, there was a vehicle parked in one of the two spots that they were in, because I don't know exactly which of the two. There was a different car parked in that spot. Yeah. I know we should probably talk to somebody in the leasing office, but at the same time, I don't know if they would even have any information. If they know somebody who lives or who has the type of vehicle that we're looking for. So that kind of sucks. Other than that, my car will get fixed at some point. My husband he's a little reluctant to take it in for an estimate, just because of financial reasons that we're going through starting this year, which kind of sucks, but we will make do. Okay, so we'll start into the other stuff now. It's been about 5 minutes, so that's good enough, right, guys? Okay, WIPs. Let's just go through them in no order in particular, so that we can go through them. This one that I'm going to show you is Ingles. It's the Ingle sweater by Caitlin Hunter, or Boyland Knit Works. I forget exactly what her Instagram name is. I just know Caitlin Hunter. So this is Ingles. I haven't worked on it a lot. I did take it to church on Sunday and get a little bit done, and I worked on it for New Year's Eve while waiting for midnight, even though I did not want to stay up. I had to. My husband wants the kids to have the experience. I just, now as an adult, I see how pointless it is, honestly. I'm more of the, I don't go out. I mean, even before the pandemic, I'm more of a homebody. I like to stay home. I don't like to go out and party all the time. I mean, we did go over to our neighbor's house, but it was just us and the neighbors. It's not a big old party. We just sat around and chatted. I knit the whole time. So anyways, here is my progress. I still have several inches to go on the body. Yeah, so this is knit, what is this? I say it every time, but it's been a while. This is the Blue Sky Fibers. Yeah, here, I'll just use this tag. Blue Sky Fibers in the Woolstock Worsted, and the white is called Highland Fleece. And it is, I believe, 100% Highland Peruvian wool. Yeah. And then the colors, skin stuck. The colors were a mini bundle by the same company and the same style of yarn. And it came all wrapped in a ton of minis, 5-gram minis, and there was a ton of them in these colors. And then the what I did was, these were all the extra scraps. I just put them all together to make, and this is about 62 grams of yarn right here. So these are what I did, and I I went crazy and wanted to do each motif in a different color. So yeah, I cut after every single row. Like yeah. I had Googled how to do intarsia in the round, and it just did not look like a very fun business to do, so I just managed my own way through it. But it looks really cute. I can't wait to get it finished. It's going to be really warm, especially up right in here because it's so thick. I'm not sure when that will get done though, so like I said, I'm not focusing too hard on it because it is pretty boring just to knit. Taking it to church really works because I don't have to focus on it. Oops, pattern in there. And I can just get as much done as I can during service and call it good. Next WIP. So this one I have not worked on in a while. I think like 2 weeks actually. But I figured I would show it because I did work on it a very little bit. So this is my northeasterly blanket, and I'm using all my scraps that I have. I am using fingering weight because that's usually what I use. So mine is fingering weight, 1 strand. I'm not holding it double. And I'm working this on US size 3 needles, 3.25 millimeter. They're the Licka DPNs. They're my friends. She's letting me borrow just to try out, which they're very pretty. And that, I just worked on this one evening. I think it was like 2 Sundays ago. I didn't take it to church because I can't focus on this. But it was like in the evening or something like that. So that's as far as I got. And then I decided that I was tired of having all the scraps. Like I had little balls like this and skeins like this all in this my project bag, and it was starting to become a huge mess. So I decided to make a magic knot ball cake. It's a cake. Yeah, so that was really fun to make. It's got all my scraps in there. I mean, yeah, scraps. And then once this one is done, I'll start adding, I mean, I'm going to continue to add scraps to my bag as I finish other projects, and eventually I'll probably make another cake. So yeah, I'm really excited to get through this. Like, I mean, I don't work on it, so it's like I need to, but I really want to see how the colors come together. It's gonna be wild. I did try to keep scraps, like colors separate, like same color separate. I tried, so we'll see how it all works out. Next WIP, which isn't really a WIP anymore either. What is this? This is a sock pattern by Tin Can Knits. Okay, it's the Rye Light by Tin Can Knits. I tried dyeing some more self-striping yarn, and I wanted to test it out, but it wasn't, and this is, you know, this is what I got. I struggled with this. I mean, I've gotten better after this one. I've gotten better, and I do have some in the shop, which I'll show you, but these colors were a little wild, or at least I feel like they're a little wild. Not my favorite, but I thought I would try to make my kids some socks from it. And so I made one of the socks, which I like the pattern. It's got this pearl, not pearl, this garter stitch section down the middle. And I did an afterthought heel. And so I worked on this. I started this before Christmas. I worked on it and got it finished. Come to find out that it is too small for my daughter, but way too big for my son. So I kind of just put it to the side and said, maybe later. Maybe later. I don't know. I don't know what happened, because I kept measuring my daughter's foot as I was going, you know, and had her try it on several times before I even finished it, and it ended up being too small. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Okay, next WIP. We'll go with this one, because this is what I was working on. Oh, I didn't grab the pattern. So this one right here is the Bennett Sister Shawl by Lindsay Fowler. And I am getting closer to having this finish, which is really nice. So it goes this way. It curls up where the point is supposed to be, so hopefully with blocking that'll fix. But this is, I've had this on the needles for quite some time now. And I want to get it finished before I start a next shawl. I don't want to have more than one shawl on the needles at a time, since shawls aren't necessarily my go-to thing to wear. I do wear them occasionally because I do get cold and I like stuff around my neck, but shawls aren't usually what I prefer. The yarn on this one is Mad Tosh. This one is, I think it's Mad Tosh Light, because it is fingering, but it's 100% merino wool. There's no nylon, I don't think, in these. This one, this colorway right here, is called Highlander, and it is discontinued. You can't get this one anymore, as well as this one as well. This is Geyser Pool. It doesn't look like that. It looks more like this. This is the color. And I'm holding that double with Knit Picks Loft in Plover. A soft gray color. So yeah, only the gray side has the mohair. This side does not. For the pattern, it's not recommended. It's just they show it with the same color all the way across, and then the mohair is just held on the one side to make it a little bit different. I had these two skeins. I mean, I have a second one of this. I should have just done used both of the skeins of this. but I wasn't thinking at the time that I started this. And yeah. It is what it is. I was not going to change it. By the time I thought of it, I was already halfway through, and so it is what it is, right? So I'm getting closer to finishing that. I'm not almost done, but I'm closer, which is really nice and exciting. So there's that one. And then this sweater that I started, oh my gosh, I don't remember when I started this. But, oh, it was during that week between Christmas and New Year's. That week was hard. I think that week is usually always pretty hard for me. It's the end of the year. Christmas just ended, so the excitement for Christmas is over. New Year's, again, I don't really care about New Year's. So it's not something I look forward to. So that week is just a huge blah for me. I get really bored. This year I got really bored with all the whips that I had, and I just couldn't focus. So I decided I was going to start something new, something I had been looking forward to starting, and that was Skylight by Tanis Fiber Arts. I've been wanting to start this one for a while. Can you see that? Yeah, I really like this. So the yarn that I chose for this probably isn't the best yarn for this pattern, considering the lovely panel in the front. But I didn't care, and that's okay. So I chose Scurfy by Lion Brand. It is a chunky weight. It's 78% acrylic and 22% wool, something affordable. And it is in the forest/black colorway. I'm not sure if you can see that very well. So it goes from green and then marls with the black to black, and then it marls back. I have it on my little mannequin dummy thingy because I wanted to see how it looked. Because it's still quite small. I can't try it on myself yet. Oh, so there she is. This is as far as I have gotten. I can't tell how well this is coming up. But here's the front with here's a cable here and a cable here, and then in between there's two little bobbles going on. Where's the other one? Oh, flipped inside out. So this is one section of a repeat, so it's going to keep repeating down. And so yeah, I'm knitting this on 8mm or US 11 needles, big chunky needles. It's a big chunky sweater. Again, I know with the dark colors it's hard to see the detail, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep with it. If I really end up loving this sweater or whatnot, maybe I'll do it in a hand-dyed yarn, lighter, so that you can see the actual details from a distance. Yeah. So I started that. I just put it on a bigger cable. I was working on like a 24-inch cable, and I just changed it yesterday. I've been working on, oh, she's gonna fall. I'll put her down. That looks funny. I've been working on the shawl, that sweater, and then my next whip kind of consistently every day for the Make 30 for 30 hashtag by Nitty Natty. And I thought that was like a really good way for me to kind of stay on top of my whips a little bit. I really should throw the Ingles in with that too, but I don't know. Okay, I'm running out of battery and I'm already 20 minutes in. Next whip, last whip. Yeah, last whip. Yeah. I decided to start another pair of socks, and it is the Drea Renee Knits Everyday Socks. And I really like this. So the yarn that I'm using for it is this Lion Brand yarn. Found this at Joann's. It is the Mani Petty yarn. And I thought this color was super pretty. So this is 75% superwash wool and 25% polyamide, which is like a nylon. It is 50-gram ball, which is 219 yards or 200 meters. I thought this colorway was super cute, and instead of working from this, I decided to cake it because I'm fancy like that. And I didn't realize there's actually there's orange and yellow inside there. So that's kind of cool. And the way it's working up, I really love that. I might actually buy some more of this and knit it just a plain vanilla sock, just to showcase the way the colors are changing. So this is, it looks funny because it's a 2x2 rib all the way. But this is what it looks like so far. As you can see down in the toe, it's toe up. It's a toe up sock pattern, so it's my first toe up. And I'm hoping this is working out. But as you can see, it has its own striping fade between colors, which I think is awesome. So again, I want to do this on a vanilla sock just to showcase these actual color changes. So I just hit the, what is it? The heel gusset section. So that's what I just started on today. Yeah. These are going to be really nice. Yeah. That's about it. So this colorway is part of my haul. Since that's the last WIP, I'll just go into haul. Oh, and it's US 1 or 1.25 millimeter, I think. No, 2.25 millimeter magic loop. I'm really starting to enjoy the magic loop thing. But okay, so haul. I grabbed this. Joann's was having a Lion Brand sale, so I grabbed 2 balls of this because I never know if this is enough to make a pair of socks. I don't know. It could not. I don't know. And then my first pair of socks, I used Patton's Croy sock yarn, and I really love it. I love that pair of socks, but they're a little too big. So I decided to grab another colorway. Oh, I'm so all over the place. This is called Mittens. The colorway is called Mittens. And then this colorway is called Brown Rose Marl. I think it's pretty. And then I did buy just a plain black because I had planned to do this as a contrast for these, and I ended up just not doing that. I'm just going to use the colorway. I'm just going to do it the full way up, not change anything. So yeah, and I have actually my Della Q bag that I got from Jimmy Beans. I like this little bag. It's perfect. Ow. I almost got paper cut. Okay. So yeah, that was haul. That was WIPs. Now I'm trying to go through it because everything's turning yellow, as in my SD card and my battery. Okay, so I started stitching again. It's been several months. The last time I stitched was the middle of September, I think. And you know what's funny is when I go back to think about last year, like the whole year, I stitched from January all the way up to September, like cross-stitched every day, mostly, and I don't remember most of it. I feel like my year last year started in October, which is really weird, but it's like I don't remember much of what I did throughout the year. I mean, I have lots of progress to show of knitting and cross-stitch and stuff, but I feel like my year started in October, which is strange. Anyways, so before the new year, I was watching a floss tuber, Spartan Stitcher, Kim. I like watching her videos every Monday. She she does a lot of full coverage, and she is part of the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group, and she was talking about how somebody created, I think her name is Freya, created this challenge for the whole year of 2021, and it was called Stitching Around Iceland, I believe. I know it has to do with Iceland, and that's kind of what grabbed me, Iceland. So I was like, okay, I looked into it, I debated starting or doing this challenge, and it's easy, as in it's relaxed, there's no real rules, you know, it's not strict where I have to do a certain amount of stitches per day kind of thing, and it's take your time. So I thought, this is great, it's relaxed, I don't have to stress too hard if I miss a day of stitching. And so yeah, you don't have to sign up, but you sign up kind of thing. And I got started on the new year. And so the premise of it is, I'm going to try to explain this as best I can. The way it is that you have legs of your journey, and you have your from, and then to, and then how long that takes, or you know, the distance, how many kilometers it is, and then you have easy, hard, and crazy for your stitch counts. So for the first one, the first leg, it's you're at the airport, which I can't pronounce, and then you're gonna go to Blue Lagoon, which is 24 kilometers. Is it kilometers? Kilometers. Oh my gosh, kilometers. It's the distance is 24 kilometers. So for the easy task, it'd be 240 stitches. And you don't have to do that in a day. That's just the leg. You can take as many days as you want to do that. Hard was 480 and crazy is 2400. My full coverage piece that I picked is a 10 stitch, which means I'm only doing half the leg of the stitch. It's 2/1 on 28 count. So I had to double. I picked the easy route, and because it's a half, I do half stitches, I'm technically doing the hard because that's double. 2400, or well, 240 times 2 is 480, and that's the hard. You see? So as you can see, I've completed 3 legs already, which was quite a bit because the next day was 1,000, and then the day, well, I'm just going to read the hard because that's what I literally had to do. So the next day, the first one was first leg, 480 stitches. Second leg was 1,000 stitches, and then the third leg was 1480 stitches. And I had to go from Blue Lagoon to the Radisson Blue Reykjavik, and then from Radisson to, I don't know how to pronounce the next one. Yeah, and I will not be able to pronounce any of these locations, but on this side I'm just tracking my numbers, especially because not every, you know, I'm not able to hit these numbers in a single day, so I am just tracking and seeing how well I can do. What's nice too is you don't have to stick with one project for this challenge, which is a year long. There are 72 legs, and this is to travel all the way around Iceland for a total of 3,836 kilometers. So I'm going to end up doing 76,720 stitches total. But like I was saying, you don't have to do it on one specific project. You can actually do multiple. They just have to be full coverage, which is fine with me because I have a few full coverage. So if I do get bored on this one, I can switch. But I am working on my Heaven and Earth design. This is called The Oldest Angel by James C. Christensen. I really love this one. I think this is my very first Haid. I did crop out the side, a full page on this either side, and then several pages, like rows, under his feet, because I didn't need to stitch all that rock. And these two sides right here are all just background. It's not needed. So I significantly significantly brought the size of this down. I didn't write anything on here to, I know it's in, I have it somewhere else probably, but how big it'll end up being. So this is my project so far. I had most of this finished. I did add in this whole row, little bit on this row, started there, I've added in all this, and to keep myself from getting really bored of filling in all of this blue, which is just 939, I had all these parked threads on this side. The parked threads were this whole section, and I decided to fill them in right here. So I have a few more to do if I want to go back to that. Last night I did some more blue here, and then I just did this, just being random to keep myself not bored with this little bit. Okay guys, sorry about the change of, like, I don't know if the quality is gonna look different, but I had to switch to my phone because my GoPro died. This is what I was filming on, and it's hot, which kind of sucks. Like, is that a normal thing for these things to get so hot? But this was my Christmas present from my husband. He thought it would help me make more floss tube videos, not floss tube, but just videos in general, regardless if it's floss tube or a knitting podcast or whatever it is. Anyway, so I was showing you this. I can see better using my phone because the screen is way bigger. But yeah, did that last night, and I don't know what I'll do tonight. Probably a little bit more in here. I don't know. So yeah, that's as wide as it will be now, and then it's going to be not too much, you know, it'll probably come down to like wherever the Q-snap is. So yeah, I know I'm stitching again, and it's nice. I do enjoy it. I only do this in the evening, so there's that. All right, stitching is done. All right, shop update. Whew. Okay, I did dye up some yarns. I made a few new stitch markers, but I have not added them to the shop yet, because I want to make a few more before I do so. So I'll show you the stitch markers first. They're teeny tiny. Can you see them? They're little socks. So I do have other styles as well, but these are my first ones that I made. So they're thick plastic. They'll have a resin coating on the front, and I think I just want to put them all on these lever back clasps. I do enjoy these because these fit well over most needle sizes. Yeah, they can fit over a US 11 8mm needle as a stitch marker, or you can clip them onto the knitting as a progress keeper. So I have those. I like those a lot. I think they're super cute. So hopefully soon I can add these to the shop. Again, I'll have other ones. I think I have rainbow striped ones, and then just some plain ones with contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs. Okay, and then the yarn. So that week in between Christmas and New Year's, I was really starting to, oh, I forgot to bring something else over to show. I was kind of stressing a little over my self-striping adventures. I don't think I need to stress too much about it anymore. I think I finally have like a little bit of a rhythm. I only made 3 colorways, and there's only one of each for now. Yeah, I think that's it, right? For self-striping? I think so. Anyways, I'll show you what I made. So there's this one, self-striping. It's a 4-color stripe. 2 blues. One of them's supposed to be a gray, but it's almost like just a muted dark blue. And then a red speckle tonal type stripe, and we're calling this one Shark Attack. I did want something for like Sock Week, which is in August, I believe. So I thought I would just, you know, at least test it out. So I have one for now. I do think if and when I recreate this one for Shark Week, I'll have a better idea of what I want to do. I'll probably make it only a 3-color repeat. Maybe it might end up being 4. Who knows? It's a ways away from now. And I'll have a better technique, I think, for the red. Because I left it a little unsupervised, and the red spread a little bit more than I had planned. I did want some more white spots, but it is what it is. The next one is just an OOAK, because I'm not sure about these colors. It does look very vintage Christmas to me, actually. So this is it. It is a 4-color repeating stripe with burgundy, green, this golden yellow, and cream. So very vintage Christmas to me. I'm just calling it OOAK, again, 3 or maybe 4. It's the only self-striping OOAK at this time, which means one of a kind. Sorry. So yep, these are all 75-25% superwash merino and nylon. And so those are in the shop. And then the last one I made is a 3-color repeating stripe. I like this one. Olivia named this one Sherbet, or at least she suggested that name, and I thought it was a pretty good one, so we went with Sherbet stripes. It has a pale blue with speckles, the mint green, and then this pink. It's really cute. Yep, I like that one. So this one will be back in the shop. And then I finally added these ones. I don't know if I showed these ones before, but I added these ones into the shop. Olivia named this one Strawberry because she says it reminds her of a frozen strawberry, which I thought was a really cute idea, since I was struggling and thinking that this was just very Christmassy, which it is, but Strawberry was pretty cute, so we went with that one. It is speckled. It's kind of a buttery base with red and green speckles, and there's a few little blue speckles in there too, and bits like that. So this is again on the My Fingering, which is the 75-25. And then I think these are just going to be one of a kinds as well. I can't remember, but I think I listed these as one of a kinds. So these were actually just like this one, and I was afraid of this one being too Christmassy, so I glazed it with some orange. And goodness, I can't remember if I named these. It's like fruitcake. Maybe. I don't know. I've never had fruitcake. I don't think I'd like fruitcake. But they are on the website as well. So. Also, I did revamp my website during that week in between holidays, and I like the way it looks a lot more now. I feel like it's more simple, and easier to navigate. So I hope if you guys check it out, if you like it as well. And then the last colorway I created over the holidays was based on a book I was reading. So I'm like a lot of other people. I like the Sarah J. Maas series, you know, Throne of Glass and Court of Thorns and Roses. I really like those series. And I know a lot of people dye yarn based on those series. But anyways, I was saying that genre I really like. And so I think like my library or Kindle, you know, Amazon Kindle recommended this other author, Jennifer, oh my gosh, what's her last name? Attentrout. I will put it down here if I got that wrong. She had Of Blood and Ash series. So it's just the first 2 books right now. The third one's supposed to come out in April, which I'm excited about. It's Of Blood and Ash, and then the second one was called A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. So I was just reading that one like a couple weeks ago. I finished it already. But I was reading it, and there was one little bit, like just 3 words that were said several times. And one evening it just kind of clicked, and I'm like, I need to make a colorway of that. And that is called Spice and Pine, which I think is really pretty. So the main male character is described to smell like spice and pine. If you've read it, it's Castile. Poppy says that he smells like spice and pine. And I'm like, okay, I need that. So I have 2 skeins of that for right now. Yeah, I like that. She also wrote another series, Rage and Ruin, I believe it's called. And it's a little bit different, where it has to do with angels and demons and stuff like that. But it's pretty good. There's only 2 books in that series as well, because the next book isn't coming out for a little while. So I hate when I find a series and it's not fully finished. I'm the kind of person who prefers to find a series that's been written years ago and it's already finished, so I can just binge all of the books. That is who I am. But I really like this one. So Spice and Pine. And then on the website, I did open up a de-stash page. Section, I guess. So I could de-stash yarn that I don't need. This was for a sweater I used, and I have actually 2 and about a half balls left of this. I have a ball and a half left of this one. And then a couple other, like I dyed this one. And I'm just, you know, it was like a sample dye. So this is a de-stash. I have some of these that are de-stash. So that's on there, de-stash. What else did I add? Oh, I added a yarn ball winding service. So if you want your skein caked up, I will do that for you. You just have to make sure to select that listing, add it to the cart. In the cart, change the quantity. If you order, say you order two or more yarns, and if you want them all caked, then you're going to need to change the quantity to 3, and then I'll know that you want all 3 caked up. If you buy 3 and you only want 1 of them or 2 of them caked, you would put however many, like say you just want 1 of the 3 caked. You are going to just do 1 quantity of the ball winding service, and then once you place your order, email me with your order number, and then tell me which colorway that you wanted caked. And it'll be a center pole ball, like what I did here, just a center pole ball. I mean, you can always find the end on the other side if you need to. I'm sure you know that, but just in case, center pole, and it'll arrive to you like ready to go. So however you want. Is there anything else? Oh yes, there was one other thing, and unfortunately now that I'm filming on my phone, I can't just show you, so I'll have to insert photos. I will insert a photo. So I'm thinking of a new yarn club. I'm just unsure of exactly how I want to have this yarn club. I'm thinking I want to do it a monthly. Instead of you purchasing all of it, like being a 3-month or 6-month, it'll just be a monthly thing. So if you want, say, this month's, you would just buy this month's, and then if you want next month's, then you'd have to purchase that one. I'm sure many of you already know how that works. But I feel like I need to talk it out so I can understand myself a little bit better. So I was thinking about doing a month-to-month one, and it'll be based on the web comic called Lore Olympus. If you know what I'm talking about, then you are great and you know exactly how awesome this is. Lore Olympus is a web comic on Webtoon, which is a free app you can get on Android or Apple. And they have several different kinds of comics. And there's so many good ones. My favorite one, and the only reason why I found out about Webtoon, was because of Lore Olympus. For some reason, I kept getting ads for it on Instagram, and the artwork is so beautiful. So I just, I put it off, and then I kept seeing the ad, and I was like, you know what, I really should check this out. And I'm thankful that I did. It's been several years now, probably 2, since I started reading it. It comes out every week it comes out Saturday, I think, for me. Sunday because the author is based in New Zealand. Her name is Rachel Smith. She's based in New Zealand, so that part of the world gets it on Sunday, but I get it on Saturday, and I believe everyone else does too. Anyways, so it's loosely based off of Persephone and Hades' love story. And there's all the gods. There's Hera, and then there's Apollo, and then there's, oh my gosh, Poseidon, and who's the king? Zeus. Why am I not thinking Zeus? And all these gods and nymphs, and anyways, it's just about Persephone's life, and meeting Hades, and it's really, really good. I really love it, and it's all free, guys. If you're interested in it, it's free. I mean, the only time you have to pay is if you want to fast pass, which means you can read next week's. There's always up to 3 weeks in advance, but you always get the current weeks for free. If you want to read, I think it's 3 or it could be 2 weeks in advance, you have to pay for it, which I have done several times. It does kind of suck, because then when the next one comes out the next week, it's the one you've already read, and you're kind of just like, oh, poop. But it's so good, and so I really think it'd be fun to dye yarn to represent each character. And so I'm thinking about doing that. I'm so hesitant to really do anything with the company, because it's not taking off as much as I'd like it to. Now, I'm not expecting to be this huge production that everybody loves and I'm selling out constantly. I'm not expecting that at all. I just kind of wish that I was hitting a goal of 5 sales a month. That's not a lot, but it'd be great if I could. Maybe more. I mean, of course more. It'd be great if I could make this like a full-time job. I would love that. I just don't know how to get myself out there. I'm trying. I'm making these videos. I don't I did all of Vlogmas, and I don't feel like my videos reached out to the world. Like, I don't feel like my videos reach the world. I don't know why. I'm trying everything I can think of, tagging and all that other kind of stuff. Instagram, Facebook. I don't want to feel like I'm pushing it, but is that what you do when you're a new business? How do you get your name out there? So I am trying, and I think I'm going to open a listing maybe this weekend for Allure Olympus yarn club, and it will be just monthly. That way it's not that my Never Ending Story one is not stressful at all, and I love it. I just actually dyed up this month's yarn the other day, and it's right back here, which you can't see. I love doing it, but it's only once a month, so it's not enough. It's not enough dyeing for me, I guess. Working. It's not enough working for me. Like, once it's done, it's done. It's ready to ship out. But I'm going to wait a little bit so it doesn't, it's not right away. And then I don't have until next month to make the next one. So, yeah. That is what I got going on, guys. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just voicing my concerns, really. I would love to know how to make this work for me. Without costing me more money. Because I just did my books the other day, and I'm just like, oh. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Startup is expensive. But it was a huge hit, and I don't want to go into this year, like I said earlier in the video, financial situation is not good for us starting this year, and it has to do with COVID, which is not fun. Pay cut goes down, insurance goes up, my poor husband. So yeah, I would really like to be able to turn my business into a successful business that allows me to help pay the bills. So yeah, okay, right? Okay, that is about it for me. It is now 12:30, so I should get back to working on some projects. All right, guys. Oh, I guess I'm not completely finished yet. If you did like my video, if you liked any of my videos, please like, comment, subscribe would really help. I've been stuck in the 600s for a very long time, it feels like. So it'd be great if I could get those numbers to go up. Also, yeah, and liking these videos, even disliking them, I don't even care. It helps YouTube understand that people are watching my content and might push it out to other people, recommend it to other people, which would be fantastic. I would really appreciate that. Secondly, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee account. I've had it for a while, but I don't talk about it very often, and I probably should. So my Buy Me a Coffee account is going to be for the business. Any donations that I receive there are going to go into Sewlivi Dyes Yarn, and it's also going to help fund me do more giveaways on Instagram. I would love to dye yarn up and, give away a skein or two, but I can't afford to do that right now with my own money that I'm not making. So it'd use for postage, pay for products kind of thing. that is what that would be for. I also have an extra on there as a little goodie that if you want to, it is a custom colorway made just for you. It is $50 and we can discuss what your favorite colors are or what you would like to see, and I could dye up a custom skein for you, and you'd also get a stitch marker of your choosing from my shop. So yeah, that's on there too. If you'd like to help me out, go ahead and go to buy me a coffee. And it's not going to coffee because I don't like coffee. I mean, I love the smell of it, but I can't stand the taste of it. So it's going to Sewlivi Dyes Yarn and help give back to you guys who support me here and on Instagram. And yeah, so I hope 2021 finds you well, and I really hope this year gets better. All right, guys. Bye.